there. So it's been about 8 minutes and I'm going to test it. And it's a little hard still. So I think the smaller ones seem to be, the fork goes through it. But these bigger ones, so I'd rather err on the bigger ones. The bigger ones seem to, yeah, I try and have them around the same size when I'm breaking them off into the steamer here. But doesn't always work out that way. All right, so I think I'm going to leave it for another 2, maybe 3 minutes, and then I'll check it. All right. Okay, so the cauliflower took another 3 minutes, so a total of 11 minutes for this one. So I guess it could go anywhere from, you know, 10 to 12 minutes, depends on how big it is, maybe even 8 if you do it into smaller little chunks. So now it's cooled, and what I'm going to do is let me show you that. Remember I told you I got a 1/4 piece of that big cheesecloth? This is a 1/4 of it, so I have 3 more pieces for 3 more days that I might be using this, right? So there you go. Okay, so I'm going to put some of the cauliflower, not all, because I can't do all of them at once. Just maybe, see, about a 1/4 of the head in here. Wrap it up like that. I just actually bring all the ends together like that. Hold on to it. I'll bring you a little bit closer. You may not see me, but at least you can see this. And what I'm going to do is squeeze it. Twist this and squeeze. So as I'm squeezing, you'll see all the water come out. See that? Water comes out of the, so you can make it as dry or as wet as you want. I'm going to make it bring out as much of the water as I can. The reason why is because I'm going to freeze it. And when you freeze it, it tends to, when you bring it out, it's going to be a little watery. And that could be a bit of a challenge. But so that's why we want to make sure we wring all the water out. And then I'm going to put it in my bowl here. All right. So wring that out. There's a little bit left in there. See? Even squeeze it. You can even squeeze it if you don't want to wring it out, right? So squeeze it out. There you go. All right, so put it in my cloth. There we go. Voila! All right, so I'm going to keep doing that with the remaining cauliflower that I have here, and then I'll show you what I do next. Hi again. So one thing I did want to mention is that when you cut that cheesecloth, as you can see, it's doubled. I don't have a single layer here, but I believe it's a double layer that I left, and I cut into 4 pieces. Because I think if it gets too thin, the cauliflower may go through it, or look, it may even be 3 or 4 pieces. Anyways, I just opened it up and then cut it into 4. So make sure it's not too thin, because then I think your cauliflower will fall through. All right. If you don't want to buy a cheesecloth, you don't want to spend money on that, that's fine. And you happen to have dishcloths at home, dishcloths works just as well. I just thought there's some people out there who might want to use a cheesecloth or have cheesecloth at home. So there's your options, okay? It's up to you. All right, so now this is the cauliflower that is, I've steamed, and I've taken out the water. I'm going to put in my food processor. I'm going to have to do it in 2 batches, so I'm going to put about half in. And the reason why is I don't think, I have a small, well, you know what? Let's try it. I have a small, no, you know what? No. I have a small food processor, but I don't think it's going to work. Yeah, I'm just going to do half. All right. The other thing is somebody had mentioned to me about using Asiago cheese. So I bought some yesterday in preparation for this video for you guys. And I took a look at it. And here, for 30 grams, which is just less than a 1/4 cup, which is 2 tablespoons, it's 9 grams of fat, 1 gram of carbs, no sugar, which is good, and protein. I think it says 7 grams of protein, so that's good. But if you're on a special lifestyle that does not want you to have more than 5 grams of fat per serving, that won't do. So if you're on a special, you know, if you're watching your fat, that won't do. All right. I may try it later when I have company at Thanksgiving. I think I'm going to try the Asiago because My nieces and nephews love my cauliflower mash, and they're coming for Thanksgiving. Now, the 1 tablespoon for, this is the light Philadelphia, by the way. 1 tablespoon is only 3 grams of fat, 1 gram of carb, which is great, has 1 sugar, which, you know, it's okay, and only 1 gram of protein. So, you know, you got to decide for yourself. Am I going to go for a little bit more fat, different kind of flavor, less fat, cream cheese, you know, but that one has more protein, right? You got to figure it out. Anyways, as you can see, I cut it, I use cream. I'm going to use cream cheese today. I use the light, and that's how thick I cut it. So it's about a finger thick. And when you cut that in half, like that, 2 little squares, then that's about a tablespoon, all right? So I've got about 4 tablespoons ready to go here, because I think for half I'm going to use 1 tablespoon, and for another half I'm going to use another half a tablespoon. So I'm just going to move this out of the way like that, and move my food processor over. I just have a little one. One of these days I'm going to invest in a bigger one. So I'm going to push it down. It's got those feet on there. All right, so I'm going to put 2 tablespoons in. I melted some butter already. See that? I melted some butter already. So that's ready to go. So I'm going to put 1. Okay, now if you don't want to use butter, you can use whatever it is that you use. All right, I just like the flavor of butter, and it's healthier for you, really. I know it does have more fat, but now I use half and half cream. This is one thing I'm going to get you to start doing too. Start looking at your labels in terms of milk versus cream. What you use for your coffee versus milk. Okay, cream is only 1 gram of carb, perfect. 1 sugar, perfect. 1.5 grams of fat for a tablespoon. Now you go look at milk. I know you might use skim milk or whatever, but you're going to have to use an awful lot of milk to get the same color of your coffee for maybe half a tablespoon of half and half, right? So I want you to start thinking about that and looking at that, because I'm all about low carb, no sugar. Okay, and try and stay low fat as much as possible as well. Sometimes, you know, I splurge a little bit, but then I work out, exercise, so I feel I'm okay. Anyway, so there you go. So let's see how much I'm going to put in here, keeping that in mind. Yeah, I don't use milk at all, and I like the flavor of cream better somehow. So there's 2 tablespoons of my cream. And I don't have my lid. Hang on. Okay, I don't know what happened to my lid. It was here. All right, I'm gonna have to pause. Found it! Here we go. Alright, so I may have to add a little more. Let me just taste this here. I forgot to put salt. Ooh. Where'd the salt? Where'd my salt go? I have my salt here somewhere. Oh dear. All right, we'll use this one. This is sea salt from Costco. I'm going to use that today. You can use table salt. And again, I watch my salt, very low on salt. I don't like salt. Oh, that tastes really good. By the way, I can taste the milk and the cream, so and the butter. I don't like it too buttery, so I'm going to add a little more cream and another tablespoon. So that's 3 tablespoons for that batch of Philadelphia cream cheese. I'm going to have to use a thing. One of these guys. All right, put that in there. Yeah, I crispy of that. That's so much fun. That looks good. I'll show you. And then I'm going to continue with my next batch. See? That looks so good. That looks so good. But before I do, I'm going to start putting these into containers for myself because I'm not going to eat it today. But some other time when I have my family and they want to eat steak and baked potato because I don't eat potato, then I could take this down for myself. Sometimes I get lazy, and what I do is I just grab some frozen cauliflower and steam it and put a little bit of salt, a little bit of butter on there, and there you go. Yeah, so looks like this is going to make a bit of 1 cup, maybe a little bit more. So I'll put that. All right. Yeah, it looks like I can get about 2 cups out of that. So it looks like I'm going to get about 4 cups total. So not bad for a $2 head of lettuce or frozen, $2 frozen, right? So there you go. That's my portion size. Put a lid on it. And there's the lid. This one's stuck to that one. Okay. Put a lid on it. And I sometimes put labels on there, or so I'll know what it is, because sometimes I forget, because the riced cauliflower and mashed potato to me sometimes looks alike. So I can put a label on there, like with Scotch tape, and then a pen or something, so that you can always take it off later and reuse it. All right, there you go. And the beauty about these containers is that you can defrost it in the microwave and then empty it onto your plate and then continue heating it up or whatever, or steam it if you want. I don't know if you can steam it, but anyways. All right, so there you go. That's 1. I'm gonna get, looks like 4 out of this, and then that's it. So welcome to Low Guilt Cooking. Welcome to Low Guilt Lifestyle. So once again, see, if you prepare ahead of time, that took about 40 minutes for me, but then I do a lot of talking in between too. So I'm looking at the time. Yeah, that was about 40 minutes. All right. But see, now you've got 4 servings. So not bad. So set aside time when you can, like on a Saturday or Sunday, and do food prep. You know, if it's a lot for you, then maybe think about, you know, if you could spend 2-3 hours on a Sunday, then you can do a lot of food prep, a lot of different things, maybe 2-3 different things. If not, if you have time in the weeknight where, you know, you've got your rice cooker going for your family, you know, and just think about it. You have to peel potatoes, right? And how long does it take to peel potatoes, to wash them, to cut them up, right? Then you have to boil it. And if you're going to mash it, I bet you it's going to take you 40 minutes, right? So why not eat healthier? Eat less carbs, less starch, and lose weight in the process. That's all I have to say about that for today. So there's one side. Have fun. Whatever it is you're doing, have a good day, have a good evening. I don't know when you're watching this video, but just want to say low guilt lifestyle. Thank you.